Nowadays, the practice of Islamic banking is widespread throughout the world. One of the elements of the Islamic microfinancial instrument is Ar-Rahn. Ar-Rahn is one of the Islamic financial product that is truly grabbing people's attention. It is defined as the creditor's right to keep an asset as collateral for the debt and to provide a repayment guarantee on behalf of the debtor. Ar-Rahn is in charge as an alternative in case a payment cannot be made. This suggests that if the charger violates the terms and conditions stated in the contract, the creditors may sell the asset or put it up for auction. Recognizing this fact, several financial institutions in Malaysia have been working diligently to implement the Ar-Rahn system in Malaysia as an alternative to the conventional mortgage system that has long been established in our country. In this study, we choose Bank Islam as analysis of Ar-Rahn because they are one of the banks that offer Sharia-compliant product. We went to the bank which located in Kubang Krian, Kelantan to have an interview session with the chief cashier of the bank named Miss Ain. Miss Ain shares that Bank Islam Malaysia's Ar-Rahn Tawarruq facility is a short-term financing option in which the customer pledge gold as mortgage collateral to secure the loan. It is a program designed exclusively for low-income earners who seek financial assistance to meet their financing needs. Moving to the next point, evidence from Quran and Hadith. Ar-Rahn is derived from the Arabic word rahnu, which is used in Quran to describe pledging or pawning. A few chapters of the Quran are called surah, such as Al-Baqarah 2283. Rahnu is also mentioned in the Hadith. Hadis riwayat Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, riwayat Imam Bukhari, say that indeed Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam had pawned his armor with wheat. According to Surah Al-Baqarah 2283, if you are on journey and scribe cannot be found, then a security can be taken. If you trust one another, then there is no need for a security, but the debtor should honor this trust by repaying the debt and let them fear Allah their Lord. And do not conceal the testimony, for whoever conceals it, their hearts are indeed sinful, and Allah fully knows what you do.
Now, moving forward to the pillars and conditions of Ar-Rahn. The contracts of Ar-Rahn consist of 5 pillars, which are the parties to the contract, including Ar-Rahim as the pledger, Al-Murtahim as the pledgee, Al-Marhum as the pledged property, Al-Marhum the debt, and Sighah, which is the offer and acceptance. The first condition is there must be 2 contract parties between the Ar-Rahim and Al-Murtahim. Ar-Rahim is a party that borrows money from another party in exchange for valuable assets. Meanwhile, Al-Murtahim is a party that lends money to another party and protects the valuable asset of the borrower pledges. This pillar focuses on a person's eligibility to enter a transaction and take responsibility. Both parties are akil and baligh, which is sound mind, and enter puberty. The majority of 18 years old who can manage their own affairs. He or she should not engage with the non-bankrupt, non-prodigal property and not coerce. The second condition is Al-Marhum, is the property that has been pledged or the item that has been pawned as collateral must meet all the contract of sale conditions. The pledged property could be sold if the pledger fails to repay the loan. So the offer item must be sellable, for example, jewelry, bagu, and many more. According to Sharia, legal item must be pure halal, acceptable value, exists where it's come to be perceived by the sense of touch and owned by the pledger. The next condition is the pledger must pay Al-Marhum to claim the debt. For your information, Al-Marhum refers to the financial obligation or liability that must be satisfied by the pledger to claim the debt. The Al-Marhum is not permitted to be an asset put into trust as part of a wadi'ah agreement. The parties to the contract must be known, aware, and have specific information regarding the debt. Also, the debt must be established. The last condition of Ar-Rahn, the term Sighah, must match previous contract's general terms. By satisfying all these conditions, both parties could reduce the risk of being deceived or underlying influence which could potentially violate their rights and therefore terminate the agreements. The pledge becomes a concluded contract by the offer and acceptance between the pledger and pledgee. The offer and acceptance must be absolute and indefined and deceive language. The acceptance must agree with the offer and match and not violate anyone's rights or Ar-Rahn goals.
Next, about Ar-Rahn Bank Islam. Ar-Rahn Tawarruq is a short-term financing offer by Ar-Rahn Bank Islam in which the consumer pledges gold as a pawning asset against the provided funding. As you can see from the table here, it offers two sorts of the packages which are standard and business. For both packages, you can earn up to 18% of the pawning asset value. The least amount for the standard package is 100,000 ringgit and the highest amount is 250,000, whereas the minimum amount for the business package is 30,000 and the maximum amount is 500,000. Other than that, Bank Islam follows the Tawarruq concept, which is compliant with Sharia law. Under this concept, customers buy approved commodities from Bank Islam on deferred payment and then sell it to a third party through Bank Islam. The customer pledges gold as security to the bank and the bank can auction it if the customer fails to fulfill their obligations. Bank Islam is responsible for the pledge assets and will return it to the customer after full payment is made. While regarding the financing duration, the facility has a maximum duration of 18 months and the customer must pay the complete profit every 6 months of the mortgage period. Finally, the customer has the right to make a full settlement and redeem the pledged assets at any time within the pledge period. Next, we are going to discuss about payment methods. The customer can choose between 3 payment methods of safekeeping fee like cash, online banking, or CDM at Bank Islam. Cash may be preferred by baby boomers, while online banking and CDM may be preferred by Generation X, Millennials, and Generation Z because it is more convenient and easier. Also, if they prefer online banking, they could credit to any account such as customers' saving, current, and investment account. Next, process of Ar-Rahn. Before you get to be paid, you need to go through a few steps. First, you need to bring the identity card and take your gold to the Ar-Rahn Bank Islam branch near you to have it evaluated. Then, representatives from Bank Islam will offer financing of up to 18% of the gold's worth. And if all goes well, you will be paid in cash directly after completing all the forms provided. Lastly, you can make plans to improve your finances, such as investing in your own business, settling debts, or utilizing it to cover the expense of college. So, for the valuation of gold assets, there are 3 types of gold such as new gold, utilized gold, and the last one is rock gold. For the new gold, it can be known as gold bars and not more than 300 grams. Each of gold bars also for the value, it will follow with the current value. Then for the utilized gold means gold was used and also follows the current value. Meanwhile, rock gold can be defined as gold with gemstones. For the value, the weight of the stones will be determined based on the size and will be deducted from the total weight. Then there's 999 24 karat, 950 23 karat, 916 22 karat, 875 21 karat, and 835 20 karat, and 750 18 karat for gold. All of these golds were combined with additional elements such as silver, copper, and aluminium. Additionally, 999 24 karat gold is the only 100% pure gold, and the majority of them have been formed into gold bars, while 916 22 karat is a well-known and popular choice among Malaysian gold buyers. Afterwards, we move to the Sharia concept applicable, which includes card,
Ar-Rahn, Ujrah, and also Wadi'ah ya Damana. First, we go with card, which means the bank applies for an interest-free loan in which the customer is required to pay only the principal amount borrowed. Under this product, the bank will grant a loan and the customer will pledge his or her gold jewelry as surety for the said loan. The same amount is to be repaid to the bank by the customer on maturity or on demand. Besides, Ar-Rahn literally means pledge, whereby a valuable asset will be pledged as collateral for loan granted. Under this product, gold jewelry serves as collateral to the loan. So, in the event of default, the asset pledge will be auctioned by the bank in order to recover the loss. For any surplus, it will be returned to the customer, while the shortfall is to be repaid. Furthermore, Ujrah, which refers to the charge or fee for service provided. Under this product, the bank will charge a reasonable safekeeping fee for keeping the gold jewelry in a safe condition during the loan tenure. The customer needs to pay it timely and fully when they want to get back their gold. Finally, Wadi'ah ya Damana, which the bank promises to keep the gold jewelry in its custody during the loan period. The bank shall be responsible to replace the gold jewelry to the customer if the gold jewelry goes missing or stolen. If it not due to the bank's negligence, the bank is not required to replace the gold jewelry.
Okay, next I will explain further about the financing amount that has been presented just now. As we explained, there are two types of package that Ar-Rahn bin Islam offer, which is standard package and business package. So each of these package, there are limit amount that has been set. Firstly, standard package, the minimum financing amount start for RM100 until maximum of 250,000. But for the business package, it start for RM30,000 until 500,000. Based on interview, maximum financing amount for both normal and business package for each customer is only RM500,000 only. So if the customer has obtained financing amount to RM250,000 under the normal package, the remaining RM250,000 is only allowed for the financing of the business package. To make it more clearer, I will explain based on this scenario. For example, if you are obtain RM250,000 for the standard package, you only need to obtain only RM250,000 for the business package. So, let's say you want to obtain RM500,000 for financing under the business package, you are not allowed to obtain under the standard package anymore. And if you are already obtained RM400,000 under the business package, the remaining only RM100,000 for the standard package. So it shows that the total amount of standard and business package cannot over of RM500,000, and the standard package cannot get financing above RM250,000 as the minimum level for that package only RM250,000, while for the business package it cannot above RM500,000. So for the profit rate, it also known as safekeeping fee to the customer, as it will charge based on the gold value upon the transaction is made. So the customer need to pay the monthly safekeeping for the safekeeping survey of the gold. So this is the profit rate for each package. As you can look at here, the rate that be charged based on the value of the pawn asset value. And you can see the business package is quite cheaper compared to standard package. At the subsequent account here, it means if you want to add your time period or maybe cannot settle it in 18 months, you can open the new account for the same pawn asset. So the safekeeping fee is quite lower compared to the first account. Next, let me look at the illustration for the calculation of the amount of the profit rate by Ar-Rahn bin Islam. For example, this pawn asset in value of RM10,000, so you can obtain RM8,000 for the financing, and the fee will be charged 9.6% per annum because the amount above the RM2,500. So the total safekeeping will be calculated by using this formula. So the total safekeeping fee that you need to pay until the maturity date is around of RM1,441 ringgit. So the total amount of loan that you need to pay plus with the safekeeping fee is RM9,441, which is RM1,441 of it is the total safekeeping charged by the Ar-Rahn bin Islam. However, as an interviewee said, the safekeeping fee can be paid monthly or maybe every 6 months. So if we want to pay every 6 months, you need to pay with amount of Rm470 ringgit in 3 times until the loan is matured in 80 months. So what are the advantages of Ar-Rahn bin Islam compared to others? Based on the interviewee answer, she said the only advantages of Ar-Rahn Tawarruq bin Islam because of the safekeeping charge is lower compared to others. So it can be proven when we collect the data from other Ar-Rahn institutions in Malaysia for their safekeeping charge. So here are the results. As we can see, the Bank Islam offer lower safekeeping charge, especially compared to the Bank Muamalat.
As a conclusion, Ar-Rahn has its own potentials in accordance with the socio-economic conditions of the pluralistic society in Malaysia. This study will be very helpful for customers to find the best Ar-Rahn providers who can offer them quick financing with the lower safekeeping fees. If you own gold jewelry and need a quick loan, Ar-Rahn is a better choice than a personal loan. It can be concluded that Ar-Rahn Tawarruq, which is Ar-Rahn Bank Islam, has the lowest safekeeping fees. Ar-Rahn Bank Islam is the best place to take in pawn because the profit rate will be charged based on gold value upon transaction is made.
Despite Ar-Rahn bring many benefits to society and the country in terms of life and economy, it also leads administration, fraud, and many more. Several recommendations can be implemented to improve the Ar-Rahn scheme and Ar-Rahn Bank Islam. Regarding the Ar-Rahn scheme, certain parties should act and take the initiative by giving exposure and outlining some of the special features of the Ar-Rahn scheme to the public, which allowing the instrument to become one of the viable financing instruments. The Malaysian government should increase the number of Ar-Rahn franchise branches in each state. From there, it can facilitate and meet the community's needs as a source of capital, especially for low-income earners or businesses. Therefore, it can effectively bridge the gap for low-income individuals who do not receive loan capital from financial institutions. The Ar-Rahn scheme sector should provide the latest gold testing and evaluation tools such as X-ray fluorescence (XRF) to detect false gold and prevent fraud or fraud. This strategy can reduce fraud and ensure the pledged assets are authentic and legitimate to avoid loss. There are also some recommendations for enhancing Ar-Rahn Bank Islam. Ar-Rahn Bank Islam should create an online application to promote its Ar-Rahn scheme. As a result, it can attract and distribute information about the specific Ar-Rahn scheme while improving transaction record system efficiency and stability. For instance, the application updates and sends auctions notice to pledgers through their smartphone. Hence, the pledger is more attentive to the notice sent through the application than to manual auction warning letters, which may not reach to the pledger due to the technical issues. Not only that, the management of Ar-Rahn Bank Islam must reduce the use of handwritten forms and replace them with online forms to make both parties' agreement easier. Thus, it can save both parties time and energy. Additionally, it can prevent the loss of document and form due to natural disaster or human error. The fraud problem is becoming more pervasive in society, and even the Ar-Rahn Bank Islam scheme is experiencing its effects. The majority of pledges have been defrauded by pledgers who pawn fixed gold. The last recommendation is that Ar-Rahn Bank Islam should take precautions and monitor the evaluation of variety of fake golds on the market, particularly foreign gold. To prevent fraud and financial loss for the pledgee party that is providing the financing, they must be alert by recognizing customer when the customer come to pawn.